Thank you very much for joining us on JewishTV.media. Today the topic is Teffilin. A person wakes up every morning and he wraps himself around with straps made out of leather of a cow, and he has these boxes made out of leather of a cow, and inside parchments of written things on it. What's the point? You're putting on tefillin. You ever put on tefillin on the plane? Everyone looks at you. What are you doing? What's the idea of putting on tefillin? So I once had a person that walked into a shul. He had to give me tefillin to take to Israel. He gives me the tefillin, and someone tells him, do you want to put them on? He says, no, thank you. I said to him, but I'm taking, this is your father's tefillin. You want to put it on before you go? He says, no, I am a scientist and I don't need to put it on. I said, what does that have to do with being a scientist? Let me explain to you what tefillin is. When we put on tefillin in the morning, what we're doing is, before we put it on, there's a whole prayer a person says, and that is that we're focusing all our different senses of our body, that they're going to be focused to do the right thing today. We want to make sure we look at the right thing today, that our speech is not slander, or we don't speak the wrong thing, or we don't curse, or we don't use our mouth for the wrong thing, but rather we use our mouth for the right thing. So too with our hands, we don't use them for the wrong thing, we use them for the right thing. And our thoughts, they all should be pure and for the right thing. That's what we do. When we put on tefillin, we strap them around ourselves. What we have written inside those tefillin is that we're going to focus on doing what God wants us to do in this world. And what God wants us to do in this world is to do the good things, to do the right things, to do the things that are going to make you a better person. So when we put on tefillin, that's what we represent. We are a nation that represents people that are focusing on not on controlling their desires, controlling their senses. Not like other people that do not control. If they feel like killing, they go ahead and kill. Or they feel like stealing, they go ahead and steal. Or slander, speaking about someone else, they just do it because they desire to do it. We represent that that's not how life works. In our life, we think through before we do things. We think through. That's why we put on our tefillin. We put on our tefillin to remember that we're starting our day today, and we hope that today we'll be able to do things in the right way, to do things in the way that we should be doing it, to help other people and not, God forbid, hurt anyone else. Rather support friends and not hurt friends, support family and not hurt family. And hopefully, Be'ezrat Hashem, if we take that idea throughout every day in the morning, it's nothing to do if you're a scientist. It's to do if you want to focus on what's important. That's what I told the scientists. You have to be a little bit more open-minded and not be such a closed-minded person that does not appreciate what tefillin is about. Thank you very much for joining us on JewishTV.media.
JewishTV.media